And we are live. Okay. Request to be in your broadcast. Don't have anyone yet. Right. And we are live. Let's wait for some attendees to come in. Hello. Hi. Type in, where are you from? Today we are going to talk about something very, very interesting. We're going to talk about an IPO share that, if you know about IPO share, if you have invested in IPO share before, you know that it could be very lucrative. And today, fresh hot right out from the market, we have with us a new IPO, and this IPO is the IPO of a company that is doing solar energy related business. Let's see who is here. Hi Winnie. Hello Winnie, say hi. If you have any questions about this IPO, you can ask us. You can ask me here. But now let me share this with my group first. Hi Siyong. How are you? Have you eaten dinner yet? We are starting to have more and more attendees coming in. Okay, let me post something. Let me make something look like macam very pro. Oh, Bintang is from Indonesia. Eugene say, let's go, not so fast. Let me get all my buddies or my friends to come first, because they may have some questions to ask me about this company. Let me share this live first to the group. Let me share this live to Value Syndicate group so that more people can be joining in. And then the more people coming in, the more merrier it is, right? Hi Wan Ying. Let me share this on VS group. Now if you have any friend that have invested in the share market before and they want to know whether, and they are interested to invest in IPO, this video we're going to talk about that. So share it with your friend as well. Share it to anyone that you think may like, right? To learn about investing or IPO shares or whatever, then you share it there. Okay, done. Alright, let's talk about, hi Ziyin, hi Wan Yin. Who else is here? Let me see. Hi Mako. Hi. Let all the buddies know. Let them know at the WhatsApp group or VS Facebook group that we are going live. Okay, so you have all heard about me talking about this Solarvest for like few months already, isn't it? Type in yes. If you have heard me saying about Solarvest before, type in yes. So I talk about there's an IPO that I'm quite excited about. So this video I'm going to talk about what is this company doing, right? Whether the share can be bought and what price should we be buying them, how to get the IPO share, everything. Hey, how come there's Savvy Investment saying hi one? Who is using that account? Savvy Investment? Okay. Never mind. Yes. Good. Oh, I think it's sort of like delay a little bit from the moment I say to the moment you listen. Okay. So long story short, what is this Solarvest all about? Solarvest is a company that specializes in doing solar panel, right? And the reason why we are having this Facebook Live is because we want to see whether there's opportunity for us to make money by investing in the share. Okay? So, if you have any question, you can ask me here, because guess what? The prospectus was just released today. I was like doing super speed reading, This is how I read that report just now. Like this. Like I read like 400 something pages in 1 hour. But I think I sort of got the gist of this whole prospectus thing. Okay, so first of all, let me explain to you how this business work, right? As we talk about in our saving, our value syndicate group, right? When we want to invest in a business, first of all, we need to know what does the business do. But before you talk about that, what is IPO, right? Because this share is different. It's not a company that's listed in the share market yet, right? So there's no technical chart to look at. So how do we determine whether it's a suitable buy or not, right? Any suggestion? What should we look for before we buy or before we decide whether to buy this IPO share? How many of you invested in IPO share before? Type I. If you have invested in IPO share before, type I. So what do you think we should look at before we invest in this Solarvest IPO? There are actually some criteria that we posted in Value Syndicate, right? What are the criteria? What do you think is it? Let me know, right? Don't make it so boring. This is a Facebook Live. Let's have both-way interaction. Otherwise, it's boring, right? But share this with your friend. Press share, right? Then we will go on. Okay, first of all, this company is a contractor, right? This company, Solarvest, is a contractor, right? They are not a company that builds solar panel. So today I posted like Solarvest IPO maybe can buy, and a lot of people say, hey, solar industry, don't know can or not. You look at this company called V Solar. Anybody heard of V Solar? Type in 2. Give me 2 if you have heard of V Solar. Oh my god, the line is so slow, right? I said something for so long, only then you can listen to it. Okay, no wonder the response are coming in so slow. Okay. So today, what I will be covering is, I will be covering on what does this company do, what is their earning, what is their revenue trend, what is their prospect, right? Whether this share has a good chance to go up now. Of course, there's no guarantee that the share price will shoot up on the first day. But there are some indicators. Do you believe if you have invested in some IPO before, there are some characteristic of good companies that would go up on the first day of IPO, right? And actually we talked about that before in our value syndicate. So let's determine whether this company, if you are into short term, right? Can you, the moment you subscribe in 2 weeks time, the first day IPO, you can sell and make money? Is it possible? And if you have some experience investing in IPO share, there's a good chance you could make 30 to 50% one day, right? You only probably stuck your capital there for 2 weeks before you make the money, right? Type in yes if you know that IPO can be profitable that way, can be that profitable. But of course, if you get the allocation, we are also going to talk about what can you do to get maximum allocation. So a lot of the time people want to subscribe for IPO, right? But they can't get the share, correct? So I'm going to talk about what's the strategy here. But because this is a very public video, I cannot share everything like transparent in like VS. If you have any like very deep question, you should ask me personally after this, okay? You guys have my Facebook, Instagram, maybe some of you have my WhatsApp even, right? So any questions before I start? Any questions that you have burning questions to ask about this Solarvest? Because I've received some questions, particularly from Sok Ling, right? About intrinsic value, what's a 2 years growth prospect, everything. It will all be answered, right? Actually, it's very simple. When you want to invest like IPO share is the best because only during IPO share. Let me just Let me just show you the screen. The screen. Okay. And you can see this prospectus. The good thing about IPO share is the prospectus is going to give you so much more information compared to the annual report. So for example, I can show you here. Okay, let's go through step by step. Ding, ding, ding. Step by step, step by step. This one, first of all. How do we tackle this company? These are the dates that are very important for you to know before we even talk about can buy or cannot buy. Supposedly today, you can start to buy the share, right? But for some reason, just now I checked my CIMB click, I still cannot find this Solarvest IPO. So let's say, whatever I say later, if it makes sense to you and you decide to want to invest in Solarvest, what can you do? Actually, if you have CIMB or Maybank account, you can go there and there is a Save and Invest tab. You press that and you select eIPO. When you select that, right, the Solarvest name should come out, right? And you should be able to buy it. Now, from now until 11 November, you have the opportunity to decide whether you want to invest or not. And before 11 November, you should already press like you want to buy this IPO and you need to come up with the cash and press at the eIPO there. The cash will be automatically deducted from your account and it will be whole for 2 weeks time, right? Before the company go public, actually 10 days, right? So there will be a balloting process. We're going to talk about this balloting process because let's say if you put, I want to buy 10,000, doesn't necessarily mean you will get the whole 10,000 invested on 21 November. If you understand what I mean, say GOT, got, G-O-T. If you understand what I mean, say type G-O-T, got. Right? Sorry. It will be listed on 26 November. Oh, too bright, my eye cannot see. So you'll be listed on 26 November. Type GOT if you understand what I'm saying. So you have until November 11 to decide whether you want to invest in this company and also to prepare the cash, right? Seems like the line is really very slow, man. You guys are watching in like Super HD, is it? Okay. Alright, so that's number one. The date is 11 November to decide whether you want to invest. I personally will, of course, buy the share around 8 November because I don't want my capital to be stuck there for so many days. What's the point, right? That my capital stuck there for so many days. Because we are talking about ROI, how much you make compared to how long the money is being stuck there. So, of course, you want to lower down the duration. Give me a two, if this makes sense to you. You want to make the money in the shortest amount of time. Hey, by the way, if you think your friend that want to invest or may be thinking of investing in this IPO or they've been investing in share, please share this video so that other people can benefit from it as well. Okay, so that's one. If you want to buy the share, buy before 11 November. So everything that I talk to you, none of it is my opinion. All of this is from this prospectus. And some people tell me, hey, how come you can read so much? Because most of the thing you see, I've been just scrolling on it. Right? I've been just scrolling because yes, there are 400 something pages, but most of it is like cakap kosong lah. Not cakap kosong, like not so important thing. You want to look at the important thing, right? So the next part that I want you to look at is this one. This is not so clear, but let's look at this next part. Okay. Alright. Can see clearly? Type in C. Give me a ABCC. Kasih saya satu C. Right? So if you can see, it's not clear. Even for me, it's also not clear. This is the way it is. What is Solarvest business doing? Their business is actually doing, their main business, if you can, I think you can see lah, right? You guys, like the line is like so lagging. You guys are definitely watching in HD. This is the revenue, right, segment. So from this segment, it's 100 million. This segment, 362,000. This segment, 1.5 million. Which one do you think is the main business? A, B, or C? Which one? A is the main business, B is the main business, or C? Which one is most important? A, B, or C? Give me a A if you think it's A. Okay, so it's A, right? So that's why we have to understand what does this EPCC means. So what does EPCC mean? EPCC means they are a contractor. That means other people may have gotten the project and they sub the project to them. Okay, again, before I talk about that, I need to let you know. This company, Solarvest, they are a company that they do not manufacture solar panel. It's very important distinction. They are not manufacturing solar panel, right? They are not like Sun Power. They are not like First Solar, Jinko Solar. They are not those companies that do the solar panel. If the companies doing solar panel cannot make money, right? Because it's too challenging. But the companies doing this contracting work, they are just like a contractor. You think of them like EcoVest or IJM, but specifically for solar farm. Solar farm is this one. You see, like there are a lot of solar panel, and they collect why we call it a solar farm, because they collect the sunlight and they produce energy and they sell the energy. So it's like they are farming sunlight to become energy. Type in YES. Yes, type in a yes if you understand what I'm saying. They are a contractor. They are not a manufacturer of solar panel. That's something very important you need to know. That's why they are able to make profit. But again, this business is a construction business. They are just like any other construction company. Okay, but before I go on, really, because we're doing Facebook Live, I need to really clarify whatever I'm saying here. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell. If I ever sound like I'm recommending whether to buy or sell, I'm not, right? I'm just sharing my experience, what I think. Okay, so all the way from design, see whether it's feasible. So they do for what? This one, they do for, let's say your house want to put solar panel, they will do for you as well. Your factory want to do solar panel, they will do for you as well. You buy a piece of land and you build, like the whole piece of land, you put solar panel, they will do for you as well. Okay, so this is what they do. And they will design for you, like how many megawatt you want and how to connect to the grid, what inverter you need. Actually, I'm a bit familiar with this because it's my final year project as a mechanical engineer. So I'm a bit familiar with solar panel. Not a bit, I'm an expert. No, not really. In terms of practical experience, don't have. So, and then they will buy the solar panel, all this. So what is their risk? Their risk is really about managing, it's about project management. The whole game is about project management. Okay. The whole game is about project management. Okay? So, and the good thing about IPO share is they will be like the US company. They will tell you what is the risk factor, all this. I strongly suggest all of you to go ahead and download this and read carefully word by word. I mean, it's very interesting to read. You will really understand the whole thing if you read. Today I'm going to give you a summary of this, but if you want to invest your hard-earned money, and let's say if you are thinking, because I'm thinking to invest hundreds of thousands here, so you really need to be very careful about this. So that's why you may want to read properly. So they talk about their competitive advantage, blah 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 blah. In short, what I read here, right, is not much competitive advantage. They talk about what? Experience management. Every company have experience management, right? Diversify, but they talk about diversify, right? Later you can look at their revenue profile. Also mainly is LSSPV, right? So not really very diversified as well. If this one is not doing well, the business will not do well as well. And so we talk about track record. Then a lot of other companies have good track record. For example, a company that we talked about before called SciPark. Who remembers SciPark? Type in I. If you heard of SciPark before, type in I, right? Yeah, SciPark is doing this as well. And one thing I like about them is their business strategy is they are going to do something different in the future, which is to participate as owner of solar PV plant, right? This would really be good for them, actually. Because right now they are contractor. Just ask you a very simple question. Who do you think can sleep better at night? Let's say if you are a contractor, like you are IJM contractor, you go and get like government contract, you need to bid for contract every time. You don't know like next month or next year what amount of money that you will be getting, or what amount of income, or what project you will get, or whether you get the project. Do you want to be in that business, contractor business, or would you rather be like pavilion, right? You own a property asset, every month giving you income. Which one would you prefer? One that may be up, down construction, right? Depending on government policy. If government say, oh, no more solar panel project for you, then no income for them. Or which one would you prefer? Like the one that own the solar panel thing, and as long as the sun is shining and they already signed a contract, every month they will get profit. Which one would you prefer? A, the contractor, or B, the asset owner? A, the contractor, or B, the asset owner? Hey, by the way, if you like what I'm saying, please share this so that your friend can benefit from this as well. Okay, give me an A if you think contractor is better. Give me a B if you think owner of the solar panel is a better business. Which one? Actually, you guys already are quite familiar with this. We talked about ARLP before, right? We talked about First Solar before. We talked about SciPark before. Anyone from my Valley Syndicate community, you guys already know all this, right? Already quite familiar. So this company have very, very minimal solar PV plant. One thing I need to confess is I don't know why they cannot become the owner. Probably because they can't secure the land. They don't have enough money to buy land and get the whole project for themselves. That's why they are only contractor, right? Let's say you already get the contract and you engage with them and they are going to design for you. They're gonna get the thing, build everything for you, but they don't own it. After it's done, right? You give them a sum of money, deduct the cost, everything, they make the profit. Okay. Now, one thing very interesting I want to show you is this business. I personally think, after reading everything and all, I personally think this business is a quite tough business, right? A lot of people think it's a growing business. Of course, it's growing. I think they are going to grow in revenue, right? No doubt, but it will be quite stressful for the management and shareholder as well, because the way they grow is by securing contract, and you need to have the contract, and likely there will be growth in the contract. But the problem is contractor, as much as this company have brand or good management and efficiency, everything, do you think there could be a bunch of other engineers that can do this as well? Type in yes if you think there could be other competitor quite easily. Like new entrant, as long as somebody has some money and some experience in this field, they can come in the day, right? They are not like Nestle, Apple, like have like strong competitive advantage, or they are not like a pavilion owner, like strategic location asset. They are a contractor, right? Contractor, so many contractor. Like you want to, let's say if you want to Ubaswai, you want to renovate your house, so many contractor, right? Yes, there are more special contractor, but at the end it's about price war. Type in I asked you to type in so many things, I don't even know what to ask you to type in anymore. Give me a D if you think what I said just now makes sense. So in short, this is the business. They will grow, but their profit margin will be affected in the future, likely. When they talk about the risk, one thing I realized is somehow they never talk about competition risk, which I think will be one of the biggest risks for them, right? Okay, I want to show you something very interesting. Bear with me. You want to see me? Bear with me. I want to show you something interesting. Utilization of the proceed. And this is something interesting because a lot of people need to see this. What would they do with the IPO money, right? They will do business expansion, 3 million to do business expansion, and this will be to Vietnam as well as Taiwan. And this is very, I would say, like, just forget it, it will take a long time before it will materialize, right? They are entering into other people's country to bid for the project. Everything will be taking quite a long time before it materialize. Again, as I say, I don't think they have something that is like very, very different. Execution is maybe better compared to other people, but different. And then the market share that they have is about 10% only, total market share, which is not little, but also not like very high, right? Capex, this one actually I'm not sure. Maybe they'll buy machinery or something. You can read part of it. But the most important thing that I want to share about is this working capital. This will be their cash actually. They'll pay back some of the money to the bank, but this will be the cash. And if you talk about other people business, right, I would think it's quite silly and quite weird to have this much money for working capital, the IPO proceed. But for this company in particular, because they are a contractor, it's very, very important for them to have good financial position. Why? Because they want to bid for big contract, they need to buy a lot of stuff, they will incur a lot of costs, right? If they don't have enough capital, they can't go and bid for big project. Type in yes if you agree. If they don't have big capital, they cannot bid for big project. Type in yes if you agree, right? Again, if you like this video, please share this with your friends so that they can benefit as well. Share it on your Facebook page. Type in yes if you agree. Because I said, if I want to bid for 100 million project, if my company only have 100,000 working capital cash, how do I bid for a 100 million project, right? I need to come up with the thing, then after I build only I get paid, right? But I don't have the money. If I borrow from bank, I can only borrow up to a level. Bank won't borrow me like 10 million when I only have 100,000. Type in yes. So actually this, right, this working capital is a form of competitive advantage for them, even though it's very small, but it's a form. Because other people are poor, right? Other contractor may be poor compared to them, right? Now they have the power of the capital market, and this really will help them a lot, right? To generate bigger sales, everything. In fact, at there are this thing called large scale solar project. Okay. Large scale solar project. Can I read it here? Somewhere here. Yeah. So government are actually giving out like a lot of different plans, right? Large scale solar 1, large scale solar 2, large scale solar 3. A series of initiatives to push out this solar panel thing. And now we have a minister, like this Solarvest today, just launched. Right? This lady here is the Minister of Energy, Green Energy, Environmental, everything. I forgot what's her name. Your Being, right? And she's really actively pushing this out. And now, when this phase of large-scale solar, they are giving out bigger and bigger project. And when you are bidding for bigger and bigger project, you need to have bigger and bigger capital. If you don't have the bigger and bigger capital, right, it will be difficult for you to bid for the project, right? So that is one thing for them. Actually, it's talked about in this article, right? It's talked about in this article. Let me show you. How many of you think so far this Facebook Live is interesting? Type in I. If you think so far what I say makes sense and is interesting, type in I, right? I don't have time to do a proper case study for you, so bear with me because I just read the prospectus a few hours ago. Blah blah blah. For me, when I read the Taiwan Japan one, I directly skip. But I in Taiwan, Japan. Okay, yeah. So for LSS 3, which is right now, capacity per project is 100 megawatt. So they need a lot of capital to buy the project and equipment. So it's a good time for you to tap into blah blah blah. Without IPO, it will be difficult. So actually, I'm seeing like there may be consolidation in the market. There may be consolidation in the market, right? Okay. There may be consolidation in the play in the market. Those that are hegemonic one will be eaten by the bigger player. Okay. All right. Actually, you guys just want to know whether this one I think can make money or not, right? Is it what you want to know? Right? But I'm gonna be like teasing you. I'm not gonna let you know until the end. I'm gonna like bring you through so many things first. Now this is one of their competitor that is listed. This is Saipak, right? We talk about this Saipak. Actually, Saipak has been able to attract very good project for themselves. They are able to secure a lot of project, and yet the share price keep falling. The reason why is because they have other segments that are not doing well, especially their waste to energy segment. Keep on delay, don't know how many 100,000 years cannot be done. But their solar project, right? They're one of the best and always get contract one. This Saipak. So they are. If you say you want to, invest in solar companies that do the project and own the farm, Saipak is one of them. But they have a lot of other rubbish packaged together for you to buy, right? So you need to, when you buy Saipak, you're buying other rubbish to. So far, do you have any questions to ask me so far? So just now we talked about this company is a contractor business and they need high working, right? This company is a contractor and they need high working capital. What do you think is their cash flow? Do you think their cash flow is good or their cash flow is poor, right? Do you think their margin is high or their margin is low? Which one do you think? High margin, low margin. Let me just show you. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. So now let's talk about growth. If you want to buy a company that gonna be explosive, actually there are a few things. Let me just write down few things. I may want to remove this video after this because the number of shares to be not that many. So preferably the total number of shares is 500 million or less. So that's number one. This is a key shared by Gwen Wai the other day at our Valley Syndicate. So thank you, Gwen Wai. I haven't asked for permission, but thank you for letting me share this in advance. Number two is the price should be low price. This company is going to IPO at 35 cents. 35 cents, okay? And number three is they must have growth in the past. And people think they are going to grow in the future. So let's look at these three things one by one. But before that, let's look at the growth first. Is the growth good or bad? I need to buy a better head gel. So is Solarvest a big player? Winnie Hong is asking, is Solarvest a big player? Actually, answer is not really. They own maybe less than 10% of the market share right now. So they are not really a super big player. They are maybe the top 10 or top 5 player. Top 5 player probably. Okay. So let's look at the revenue growth, the sales. This company 2016, the sales 35 million, become 39 million, become 45 million. Then last year suddenly shoot up to 100 something million. If you want to know the reason why it suddenly shoot up to 100 something million, is because this period is the period where they get into the large scale solar project. So you can see without the large scale solar project, this company zoom directly book, right? But if you look at the profit margin of the company, 30%, 34%, 37%. The reason why their profit margin is good is because last time, because a lot of people are not aware of the industry. I can say that because they are selling the thing for 1 ringgit, but actually the solar panel cost has been dropping. You know, right? First Solar, SunPower, all these almost go bankrupt because the cost of solar panel has been dropping, but they are still selling it at the same price. That's why they can make more and more money. Type in yes if you agree. But the gross margin become very competitive when they start to bid for large-scale solar project, because this one is like people talk about numbers. You're dealing with people that are looking for return on investment, and you're more like subcontractor, right? You're not dealing with small factory, but you're dealing with like big projects. So they really will squeeze you cow. Type in yes if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. And let's look at the profit after tax margin. Profit after tax margin from 12% become 16%, become 18%, then drop to 10%. I can tell you there is a good chance this margin will probably be around here. The margin will probably be around here. It's not likely to go back to 18%. You'll probably be around here. I hope you won't drop more, but you'll probably be around here in moving forward, right? Because now they are getting more and more of this kind of project. And right now, the earning per share is about 2.8 cents diluted. So what is a PE ratio? Can someone just estimate the PE ratio? What is a PE ratio of this company, knowing that their earning per share is 2.8 cents? What is the PE ratio? What do you think is the PE ratio? Their earning per share is, let's say 3 cents. Earning per share 3 cents. Right now, IPO price is 35 cents. What is the PE ratio of this company? Can someone let me know, right? The calculation, please make me proud. 8.23, 12.5, some more? Any more questions? Any more answers? Let me know. I want to see how many of you are advanced, can calculate what is PE ratio. That is a little bit advanced. Hi Azim, nice to meet you. Right, Azim. Zain say 8.23. 8.23. Then Azim say 11.66. If earning per share is 3. Okay, earning per share is 2.8 lah. So correct, Azim, you are correct. the PE ratio is 12.5. Hey, the rest, how come you guys are not answering? Do you want to participate or don't know how to count? Right? The PE ratio of this company at the IPO price is 12.3 only. How many of you think it's high? 12.3 is high. Type high. How many think it's cheap? Type in cheap. If you think 12.5 PE ratio is cheap, type in cheap. Right? If you think it's high, type in high. So again, at the end of the day, PE ratio is only one story. You always need to compare with the potential growth of the company, right? To be honest, if they are gonna be able to do this well consistently, then a 12.5 PE ratio, let's say if their revenue is flat, is like that, right? But if they can continue to grow at this rate, right? If they can continue to grow at this rate, like at least this is 10%, this is 20%, this is like don't know how many 100%, right? Let's say even if they can continue to grow at just 20% revenue, right? What is SIPA PE? SIPA PE is very low, very low. If not mistaken, let me check SIPA PE. Should be around 10 also, but it's not an apple to apple comparison, SIPA. Because as I say, SIPA is doing so many other different business, and SIPA revenue should be more stable because they own the farm, right? So SIPA PE ratio is about 9. Okay. All right. So that's that. One thing that I could be suspecting, but don't know, the revenue suddenly jack up so high before IPO, sustainable or not one, right? For your information, the director has said that it will be sustainable, the revenue. Let me show you something. La la la. So your question now is, such high PE ratio and such suddenly high revenue, do you think it's sustainable? Revenue will remain sustainable with upward growth trend. This is what they write in the prospectus. In line with growth outlook of the solar power industry and higher solar PV quota offered by SEDA, right? And because their liquidity improve and because they get more money, right? They can do expansion. Okay, so let's look at this. This is the projection, estimated and forecast solar PV installation in Malaysia. Right now it's 2019. It's expected to grow this way. And the CAGR is expected to be about 50% per annum, right? From now all the way to 2023. Even if you just take like this, 20%, I mean, this is like on average, it's like how much? 20% like that, 20+% per annum. If they can grow their revenue 20+%, they can maintain now and grow their revenue another 20-something%. I would think that, and if they can continue the same margin, do you think it's fair? I think it's fair, the price. If they can continue the margin, that way about 10% profit after tax margin, and they can grow their revenue by 20% per annum. Okay? Type in fair if you think, if this company net they can grow like 15% per annum and their PE ratio is 12.5, then it's a fair price to pay for the company. Type in yes if you think it's worth like that. So far, do you have any questions before I move on to talk about, we talk about the price, we talk about the potential growth. Any other questions? Any other things that we need to know about before we invest in this Solarvest? or choose to invest in the Solarvest, right? Okay, let's talk about the share structure of this company after they go IPO. Okay, another thing I want to show you is ding, ding, ding. The company net asset after listed will be 16 cents, right? And you can see this is a trend of what is their in-stock capacity that they have handed over and that in that particular year. You know what? There's something very funny. Okay. Something very funny just happened. You know what happened? I show you. I have a gas over there. Can you see? There's a dog over there. My dog. And you know what my dog is doing right now? He's taking a piece, man. Let's make him famous. Right? Hello, Bobby. Can you see that yellow color thing? He's taking a piece. Like, as if we pretend like nothing happened, man. What the hell? Wow. Trying to be famous or what? Right? Oh my god. Later I have to do the cleaning work some more. Okay. You can see a residential project. They have all these residential projects, but it's all very, very small. Right? The big ones, especially recently, are all coming from the industrial, right? Industrial. Especially if you see recently, 1 April up to today, they have about 6 point something megawatt being completed. Actually, there's something interesting. This will be the trend moving forward. They will have more and more this industrial because recently the government introduced a new policy. I don't want to go too deep into the policy. It's called NEW, something like that. It's a feed-in tariff, but a bit worse, right? Last time it's not so good. They introduced a NEW last time, NEM, net energy meter, something like that. And it was not so good. People don't like it that much. So that's why not many people install it. Now, they revised the policy to become better, so more people install it. That's why it's going high. And it's expected to go further high. And if you see this large-scale solar, last time they never achieved any of it. Until last year, suddenly they get a lot. And this year and next year revenue, right, is sort of quite secure already. So you don't need to worry whether this year or next year the revenue may drop because they actually secured some big project, 100-something million project recently that is large-scale solar. Okay? So far, do you have any questions? This dog, really. Do you have any questions for me? So, one, earnings growth is possible, right? Should be logical if all else being equal. Next year revenue should be quite secure. The company is doing contracting work, so the margin probably won't be that handsome and could be facing more pressure as more and more competitors come in. And Shrika say he's cute. So it's used to be cute, right? If you don't know him, he's cute. Once you know him, he's not cute anymore. Hi. Okay. So let's talk about how many shares would there be after they are listed. Okay, how many shares would there be after they are listed? So you say ideally we want less than 500 million shares, right? So how many shares do we have now? 390,000 shares. 390,000 shares here. Okay? So that's one. I think we covered most of the things that we need to know already, right? Cash flow wise, this company, I'm not going to go through the cash flow, but cash flow wise, this company is doing okay, right? Somehow they don't have too many receivable, so they're doing okay. So right now, I think you already have a figure roughly in your head. What kind of business is this, right? Is there any questions you want to ask me before I summarize everything? It's quite bad. The other bigger shareholder will be the management, also another 40%. So the float will be a bit tight, about 30% out there only. So 30% of 300 something million is about 100. Is it? Yeah, 100 something million times 30 cents, about 40 something million for you to trade in terms of value in the market. So far, after hearing this, how many of you want to invest in Solarvest IPO? Type in I. After knowing what you know now, how many of you want to invest in Solarvest IPO? Type in I. I, not Y. I. So basically, let me just do a summary for you. Is there anything that I left out? This is a very, very not organized. Something interesting here. Let me show you. Something interesting. But if you want to make this interesting, we need both way interaction. So wow, everybody want to invest in the IPO, but for short term. Agree. I agree as well. I'm not planning to invest in this long term. Because number one, I don't see very strong competitive advantage. Number two, I don't see how I can get extraordinary return holding this for long term. But if you say buy the IPO, after IPO make 20-30% zhao low, that I may do. Sell first day, right? Yeah, that's my strategy as well. And do you think and you want to subscribe to the IPO? Again, type in I want to see how many. Very simple. If everybody want to subscribe, then I subscribe as well. Because one of the very important factor when we talk about IPO is if the share is oversubscribed, then a lot of the time, if it's oversubscribed by more than 15 times, then the share price may move up the first day, right? Especially, I think the people, the larger shareholder, will not be selling their shares on the first day. So this company is quite a pioneer. Actually, I'm not sure if this is true. Commission Malaysia's first LSSPV, right? Are they the first one in Malaysia to do that? I don't think so, right? I think Saipak would have done that long time. Okay, not bad. So let's talk about strategy. Strategy, how to tackle this share. Okay, we are coming to an end. If you have any question at all, please ask. Okay, now if you do not know me, if you watch this video because your friend shared with you, or you are watching this after the entire explanation, everything, and you want to learn, or you want to subscribe to the IPO, you want to buy the IPO share, but you don't have an account yet, or you want to learn how to start investing, or you think this is interesting, it makes sense to you, maybe you want to participate in this to make more money, then what you can do is you should join me this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, at Menara Kekseng, where I will be holding a free seminar, 3-hour seminar, where I will be giving an introduction on how to start investing. So if you're a total beginner looking to start investing and you don't even have an account yet, it's a perfect training for you. Go ahead to the link above, www.busasecrets, to register, and I'll see you this weekend. So if you want to see me and learn from me live, that's where you go. Now, my strategy to invest in this company is to buy the IPO and sell on the first day, right? Or if I see the first day the share price hasn't moved up that much, I may chase it. Even on the first day, I may chase and I may do intraday selling. For investment, long-term investment wise, this Solarvest may not be the company that I want to hold long-term, because it's a contractor business and I may not be comfortable holding it long-term. You get what I mean, right? And number two is margin may be squeezed, and it's a project bidding company, may not have very, very strong competitive advantage and all. So there is a good chance that in the future they may face hiccup. But for short-term trading wise, buy IPO and sell, you could make money from it. Type in yes if this is the same strategy that you're going to be doing. Buy IPO, sell on first day, right? If you type in yes, then the next part, the next question that you want to understand and want to know about is How do you get the IPO allocation, right? So the first question is, what's a strategy? But if your strategy is to get the IPO allocation, the next question will be how to get the IPO allocation. And let's look at this case study example. Right? How do we get the allocation? Because a lot of the time we may see a good IPO and we may want to invest in them, but it may be difficult for us to invest in them, right? So how do we invest, how to get the share for IPO? So how do you increase the chances? This is an actual very, very important trait that you need to know. If you look at this, if let's say you put in a share and click that, okay, I want to buy the share of this, for example, this is Greatech. If you put in, based on the history, I want to buy 15,000. If you put that 15,000, right, the chances, let's say if you say I want to buy 15,000, the chances that you will get the share IPO is only 28%. So it's quite unlikely for you to get the IPO share, especially when it's oversubscribed. Let's look at this Greatech. Did it perform well? Greatech. Did it perform well on the IPO? Kacau this dog. Wow, after IPO continued to shoot up, man, from 60 cents all the way to 150. PE become 20. Oh my god, it's more than double. It's more than double. Doing very well, man. Greatech technology. Will Solarvest be doing the same thing? Tak tahu Keep for a few days, see how. Right? But of course, at the end of the day, it's all about portfolio management. You have to monitor, you have to, do all these things, not just buy and forget. So you really need to have your own strategy when dealing with this. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about, okay, if you want to have the highest chance to get the share, if you see here, the percentage chance for you to get the share is 10%, blah, 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 cannot get, 8 maybe we'll get, but this is 50-50. But when you reach 200,000, right, you have a very high chance to get. Type in yes if you understand what I mean. If you put in 200,000, more than 200,000, you subscribe there, I want to buy more than 200,000 share, you have a 70-something% chance that you would get the IPO share, right? But actually, even when you get the share, it's only what, 17,000 shares per successful applicant. 17,000 shares times, like 10,000 ringgit only. Not fun. Yeah. So if you want to get the IPO more successful, then you should put more than 200,000. Type yes if you understand what I'm saying. If you want to get higher chance to get the IPO share, you should put more than 200,000 allocation there. So of course the safest of all is to buy during the IPO, get the IPO share, so you don't need to chase and buy at a higher price and make lower profit, right? When the share price go up, because you have a higher cost and you also have a higher risk to lose money when you buy at a higher price. Of course, if possible, we all want to get the IPO share. But this IPO share is a little bit like very small, right? Very little, the IPO share. Not much. Number of share per successful applicant, like 10,000 ringgit, like 5% of your thing. Yeah, so we have got someone smart. Winnie say, Chin Hin holds certain percentage in Solarvest, right? So a proxy to invest in Solarvest IPO could be you just buy Chin Hin share. You could be just buy Chin Hin share, and when they IPO and if the price maintain the same, Chin Hin can recognize a profit there, probably 20-30 million in profit, for Chin Hin. The company that owns Solarvest, 40-something% is also listed, Chin Hin. So you could buy that, and when it's listed and the share price maintained, they could say that as a, gain on investment, then you could make a lot of money there. So a proxy for this is Chin Hin as well. Good thinking. So that's the strategy. I'm gonna buy the IPO share and I'm gonna sell the first day because I think this may be a hot demand share, seeing that so many of you is likely to buy this share, and it has a good story. It could have quite sustainable revenue for the next 1 to 2 years, and it could be growing after that. So Nicole asked again, is VSolar the competitor? Not exactly. If not mistaken, VSolar is manufacturing. I think VSolar is, but don't know why their revenue profit all very small. You have to check. VSolar doing what? I actually didn't check properly. If not mistaken, they manufacture as well, is it? Or they're contractor? You go and check. Have to check. Okay. They actually have a bigger competitor that's gonna go listing soon. Let me show you this bigger competitor backhand. Right? So you may want to sell before the bigger competitor go listing. Okay, Matan or Bakan, not sure. So these are from the prospectus you can see Solarvest, the revenue 100 something million compared to the competitor, right? Blah, 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 blah. You can see this Matan is actually quite big, their competitor. So that's one. And you see, even if you see they are not like even the market leader or what. It's quite difficult to become the market leader when you're doing business like this, right? You're not even like it's not a brand business or what, it's a contracting business, right? Quite difficult for you to consolidate the market unless you merge with other players and all these things. So again, what I'm saying is all no recommendation to buy or sell, right? I may say like, what's my strategy now? Then at the end, I may not buy, right? Yeah, Zing say very competitive market based on net profit. It's true. Everybody net profit margin is very, very tight. Very, very tight. Okay. So that's all for today's sharing. I'll give like 1 minute. You can ask any questions you want. If there's no question, then that's all for today's sharing. I hope you like it. And if I do a sharing every night here, would you like it? Let's say every night 8:30 or 8 p.m. I do a live sharing. Would you like it? Like this kind of sharing. Do you like today's sharing? Please give me your feedback here. What can I improve in this sharing, or what do you want me to share about tomorrow? Right? If I see a lot of demand, then I will do every night. Right? Because I'm thinking like, I should share my knowledge more rather than always only advertise on Facebook. Right? This is a good way for me to share my knowledge to as many people as possible. Okay, so in short, let me know what you want me to share tomorrow. Right? Raymond, you asked a question. What's the intrinsic value? What's the intrinsic value? Good question. I forgot to answer this question. So let's use the PEG formula. We need ask portfolio clinic Saturday or Sunday. Both day also have. You can come both day. It's a chill session. I will be there in the morning giving a free introduction class in Menara Kekseng opposite Pavilion KL. If you want to join, you can go ahead to the link above, www.busasecrets.com, and you can meet me live at Menara Kekseng, where I'll teach you and I'll share with you the introduction to stock market investing. And that's morning session. But afternoon 2:30, anyone watching this that are from Value Syndicate or Options Mastery Program, right, from Koshilan or place, you can come visit me at 2:30 to 5 p.m. Just submit some proof that you are from OMB or from BS. I'll be giving you free support. You can show me your portfolio. I can look at it and I can share with you what I would do if this is my portfolio. Okay, so PEG, intrinsic value, how to calculate? I will use the PEG formula. Again, this intrinsic value is important, but your strategy is more important. The strategy for me is I want to buy at a price that if I get stuck, I won't be that much screwed. I won't be screwed that hard. Okay, and I want to buy at a safe price, but there has to be a good reason for the share price to move up, which right now I think there could be people chasing this share. right? So PEG equals to 1 means fair value. Let's say, just how we look at the revenue growth projection is about 20%, right? Let's say if we take projection revenue growth 20%, and let's say the profit margin can maintain 20%. 20% is the growth, right? So the PE should be equals to 20, correct? Now the price is 0.35, the earning is 0.028, right? And that's why the PE ratio is 12.5. But if you want the PE ratio to become 20, then what's the price? What's the intrinsic value? You need to multiply by 0.028. Can somebody calculate for me how much is that? Oh, thank you very much. The answer is correct, 56 cents. Okay, so that's the intrinsic value. If you base, the company can grow at 20% per annum. Okay, the cash flow is quite healthy, so you can take the earning as the what they don't have too much capex actually. The capex is for what? Office renovation, all this, right? So the profit is quite clean and they can get it back. Okay, so that's 56 cent intrinsic value. My estimation, if they can grow 20% per annum, I need to buy headgear, right? But let's say their revenue grow 20% per annum and the profit margin drop by 25%. Cannot. The profit margin drop like a little bit drop like 10%. If profit margin drop 10%, then they will probably only grow like, I need to calculate, this one cannot simply drop, but let's say their net profit margin, right, is affected, then they may not be able to grow their earning next year, even if they can grow their revenue by 20%. So the profit margin is really, really important. Again, that's why I say this is not a company that I want to invest long term, because the profit margin will really fluctuate a lot. But if you want to base it on an optimistic case, it's 56 cent intrinsic value. Type in happy if you're happy with this kind of explanation, right? Anything above 56, I don't want to touch already, right? Anything above 56 price, I don't want to touch. Now 35 cent, I think okay. 40 something cent. If you're gung-ho, you can still go ahead. But anything above that, no thanks. Okay? Type in yes if it makes sense to you, my explanation. Wow, why suddenly so many people want 171? So, in short, the max price I would chase this company is about 40 something cent. If I can get at 35 cent, I won't have a predetermined price. I will keep the share, and as the share price go up, then I'll monitor the volume, the strength, the buying strength, all these things. And if I get an IPO share and when the share price start to go down a little bit, only then I will sell. Okay, so IPO price 35 cent. Yeah, lower than 40 cent, I may still buy. Hey, can you multiply 15 for me? 0.2. Let me multiply myself. 2.8. Yeah, below 42 cent, I will still buy. Below 42 cent. Again, no recommendation to buy or sell. I lose money very, very often, right? A lot of people that, out of 10 share that I share, maybe like 5-6 share may go down, but I may not lose a lot of money there because I cut loss and I have all this portfolio management, everything. Type in understand if you know what I'm meaning. What's my TP? My TP 50. No, as I say, 56 cent will be like, wow, that time I should really, really consider to sell because it doesn't make sense anymore. It's like great tech now. Not saying any buy or sell, very dangerous, right? So buy and then you wait long. Wait for the share price, let's say the volume and the strength start to drop a little bit, then it's time for you to sell. Type in understand if you understand so far everything that has been shared, right? So again, because the strategy that we are doing here is like we buy IPO and then first few days we want to sell again. So long term wise, we really, I know it sounds like we are gambling here, but That's actually a little bit of what we are doing, a little bit of speculating. I'm not proud of what I'm doing, but I need money, right? How many of you prefer to have money than be proud of what you're doing, right? Type in money if you rather have money than, you know, be correct, value investing, long-term investor, right? I used to be like that, but, you know, this company can try lah. But no guaranteed profit. As I say, I could lose money from this as well. But again, safest is to buy during IPO. That's it. If you have any questions, if you want me to share any other topic, please comment below so that I know what topic to talk about tomorrow. Maybe you want me to talk about a share tomorrow. Maybe you want me to talk about technical chart. Maybe you want to know what are the portfolio that I'm talking about. What are the portfolio, what are the watch lists that we are looking at, or maybe you want me to talk about US stock market or outlook or something like that. Can you let me know what's the topic? And if I see a lot of people write down what's the topic and there's good reception, then tomorrow same time 8:30 p.m. I will be doing a Facebook live sharing as well. Okay, so if you find this video beneficial, please go ahead, help me to share it so more people can view it and be benefited from watching this. And if you like my sharing and you want to meet me live and want to learn how to start investing or want to subscribe to IPO but you don't have a brokerage account, come meet me at UOB Kay Hian HQ this Saturday, Sunday at Menara Kikseng, opposite Pavilion KL from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So Raymond Yo is asking about Genting. Okay, if there's a lot of people ask about Genting, then maybe tomorrow I'll show a little bit about Genting. But I want to be really stressed here that there's no recommendation to buy or sell. It's much more deeper than technical analysis, fundamental analysis. Your strategy is important, your portfolio management is important, your time frame, all these things has to come into account as well. Okay, that's all for my sharing. Hope you have learned a lot and hope with this information you can use it or, you know, to benefit yourself. Okay, bye bye. Please comment what should be my topic tomorrow, because I'm like scratching my head. I don't know what to talk tomorrow. Okay, have a good evening, right? Please comment what you want tomorrow, otherwise I don't know what to say. Okay, 8:30 tomorrow same time. I hope to see you here. Bye.